Welcome back to Apex Alchemy. Today we're here to talk about a McNees PM2 3.5. This knife was sent in by Alan, and we very much appreciate you loaning it to us so we can get our hands on it and check it out. Beautiful knife, dude. Love the lynch clip you put on here. The knife does have a little bit of quirks going on with it. Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the knife, not at all. But we'll go into everything that we think about. This is the contents of the box. This is a stock pocket clip. Some card in here, like a thank you note from Jonathan. Another sticker. You got a sticker over here. McNees does make knucks, aluminum knucks for like you can get for, I don't know, buck and a quarter. That's maybe a titanium card there. I haven't took any of this stuff out of the package because it's his. But let's jump into it. Talk about the knife. So Jonathan McNees is a former Marine, and he's married to a lady named Amy, and that's his wife, and they have a couple of children that are grown that work for him part-time, and that's the operation of McNees Knives. He started off in 2008 with a grinder that he put together himself, and he knew, that he had found his
calling.
Yeah. At least his outlet, he says. He says, I found my outlet. So as McNees was born, there's a lot of love. This is like a very polarizing knife. There's a lot of people who love it. There's a lot of people who hate it. I personally am a fan. I like it. And I'm more of a fan of bigger knives.
Right.
Eight and a half inches is usually in the wheelhouse of where I'm at. That's my perfect size. But this knife comes in at like 7.6 inches with a 3.5 inch blade. You almost got the same amount of cutting edge, which is pretty remarkable. This knife is in Magna Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Fully made in the USA. Any of the outsourcing that he does, like water jet, is also done in the USA. So, kind of like Medford in that regard, and it shows, like all of his, it's just like everything looks great. But let's go into some official, let's break this out and check some stuff out. All right, so we got, a 3.5 inch blade. We're probably a maybe a 3.4 inch cutting edge, 3.45, and overall is about 7.6. With a handle
about 4 1/4.
Almost 4 1/4. That lends a lot of blade for such a short knife overall. And as I'm not saying 7.6 is short overall, but this is a 3.5 inch blade as well. And you see how much extra handle you got. And this is considered to be a bad. Not a bad knife, but a bad ratio.
Handle to blade ratio.
Yeah, but like if you start looking, so the Nkosi is a 3.6 inch blade, supposedly. Looks about the same, doesn't it? And this one doesn't get a lot of bad publicity for being a bad
out of ratio.
Yeah, bad ratios. This is Alan Strider. Unless he forgets he borrowed it to us.
Borrowed it to us. Loaned it?
No, I borrowed it. He borrowed it. He borrowed it to us. The 8015. A lot of 3.5 inch knives in the house, but nothing that offers that kind of ratio. And that's the only point I'm trying to get at. So kind of get your size comparisons at the same time with us trying to stick some emphasis on
how short the handle is to the blade.
Yeah, and that's really cool because there's actually still enough handle here where it actually it feels hand, it fits great. There's no hot spots or anything that I can. There's nothing that's bothering me. Jimping is great. It's not too aggressive, but it's enough. Only qualm that I've had with the knife so far is finger placement. For a reverse flick. Like if you don't have if you don't have your fingers in the right spot, getting a reverse flick is kind of hard.
Push down on that lock.
It's easy to push down on the lock bar. Now, the detent may be able to be adjusted, but why do that? Like really just kind of relearn. I spend a little bit of time with the knife and learn where everything needs to be.
Yeah.
And you'd be just fine. All right, this knife is I think we did cover that. It was a magnet cut.
Mm-hmm.
It's also in titanium. This is called the Fastback scales. This pattern.
Stone washed.
Stone wash.
Titanium scales too.
Is this anodized or is this coated? Like I think it's coated, man.
Yeah, it looks coated.
Looks coated to me. It looks like a powder coat type of thing, but it looks great. Like I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's anodized. It feels kind of powdery and coated too. We may be wrong. We are. Correct us in the comments below. But I'm a fan. I like this knife.
I haven't tried to open this one much. Ah! Yeah, okay. It's tough for me to flick open.
It took a little bit for me too. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think this pocket clip is resting on the frame and instead of the lock bar. So I think if you put fingers on the lock on the clip, yeah, the pocket clip, then you kind of resist pressure on the lock bar.
Yeah. Let's see. It's just tough.
I'll hold it at all. So I'm gonna set it in my hand.
It's tough for me.
Really appreciate the design, man. I really do. This is one of those knives I was like, I don't understand what all the hype's about. And Alan's got a good taste for that kind of stuff because he without laying his hands on one, he was able to pick out a knife that, and he don't usually follow trends either.
Right.
He's got really good taste. Sometimes he'll like knives way before they're cool. He's been chasing down McNees for years and finally got him one. And they are starting to become a hype knife, or they are a hype knife. But it's for good reason, they're catching on. They're
got good quality.
Yeah, they are
built well.
I'm not sure where they're made. I know they're made in the USA. I can't. I know he told me. I want to say it was like Arkansas, possibly. I'm not sure about that though. Love the knife.
One thing I did notice is you don't usually see just smooth
thumb studs
anymore. Most of them are like domed and stuff.
Ramped and stepped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are just straight up smooth thumb studs.
That's true. It's got one little line in the middle. Thumb studs. I like it. Got a lanyard hole. Let's see what kind of tools it takes to take it apart. Stuff here. Let's start off with a T10. And maybe T8 on everything.
It's hard to find where they're made. Other than just USA.
Well, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Yeah, T8 on everything. So you got a T8 pivot screw and two T8 body screws, two T8 pocket clip screws, and that's it.
Oh, at least it's just one tool.
Yeah, one tool. One tool is all you need. And that's very nice.
And that pivot is like smooth to the surface too. Like
yeah.
It's not raised any. You're not gonna feel that.
Pretty seamless.
Mm-hmm.
It's not seamless. Like you could probably catch your nail in it or something like that if you got one. Right now I got some, but yeah, it's pretty seamless. Very smooth design, man. I can't say anything bad about it. Except for it's complicated to get used to on opening. I bet I tried 50 times. Like before I was able to get it, and I'm still working on being able to engage the reverse flick. I find myself that it's like I'm and it feels like my finger placement is correct and everything, and sometimes it just goes and sometimes it don't. Now when it goes, it's got a hell of a it comes out with a lot of authority.
Good action when it does.
Okay, you got anything to sum it up with? All right. Well, I love it. Thanks, Alan. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching at this point, definitely use you as a subscriber. Leave comments, like the videos, let the videos play while you're sleeping. You guys have a great one. We'll catch you on the flip side.